Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. So we have been working on a little project here on our planet, and we're going to take you through some of this stuff. So this is a new planet here in the solar system. If I actually zoom out, this is Iota Voltanis. And if we look around and kind of spin the map, we can actually see that our starting planet is over here, Apollo. It's 18 light years away. We did some stuff on Gorgana, we did some stuff on Leonis Minornis, we did some stuff on Arrakis, we did some stuff on AV Persei, just a little bit of stuff that we needed. We got Kimberlite and optical grading crystals from there. We're using the Kimberlite, we're not using the optical grading crystals yet. We will be, but we haven't done that yet. But what we have done is now on this planet is we have set up some manufacturing. And if we actually, well, don't have to go anywhere, and kind of zoom out on this, you can see we're mining various things on this planet, and then we've got manufacturing here. Now the entire point of this manufacturing that is set up here is the point that is right in here. Nope, that's not it. Let's see, it's a little small thing. Here it is. We've got some glass that is coming in there. Why are we getting power notices? I would think, let's look at our power. We are demanding 230, we're producing 170. Okay, well that's obviously a problem that we need to solve. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, let's actually go through and see if we can't look at where we're doing some more of our production. So we've got the production there that's going on. Here's the production that I'm looking for. I've got solar cells being produced, and these solar cells, the whole point of them is to actually send things up into orbit. So we're going to get that started here and start making our Dyson swarm. That'll help work on our power problem. So what we're going to do is local demand of the cells. That's going to bring them in here. We'll see them start flying down through here and sending them out. Let's see, for the drones here, let's just make it a full, if we're going to pull those, so we'll use full, make them bring full things across. So here comes cells. We've already got some graviton lenses for the power, and that means we're going to do the cells. I'll go ahead and go up to 5,000 cells. Might as well pull them in here. And now you can see we're running cells out. We're putting them into the pipeline here. We'll very shortly be shooting all kind of power solar cells out. Look at that, just guns firing everywhere. So if we go look at our Dyson sphere here, you can see, if we zoom in on it a little bit, you can see that I'm sending things up here. You can see that I'm sending things over here. Now I'm doing this only from the North Pole right now. If we look at, there's one orbit. There is the second orbit, and we can actually see I'm actually populating both orbits. Now these are just 90 degrees of set offset. One of them is kind of on a horizontal plane, one of them is on a vertical plane. Now I think what I'm intending to do, and I have no idea, this is one of the things I should research, this is just what I'm putting in here. I think I'm going to put one that's on a kind of a elliptical, kind of on a if we look at it this way, we'll put one that's over here to over here, and one that's up here to down here, and kind of so that I have some additional planes covered in what I'm doing here. And then what I think I'll do with that, so a 3 and a 4 probably from the South Pole if I have enough cells to support that, and if I've got enough cells, and then we'll get started on the Dyson sphere itself. So I've got an idea for a Dyson sphere and how I'm going to do that, and that's what we're going to get started on. So I'm certainly sending that off. Of course, with that then I'm bringing in power here, and let's see what my power is doing now. Consumption demand is still higher than my generation capacity, but as my solar cells come on board and I start getting these things powered up, that should fix itself. My power should, see, my power generation capacity is going up. Consumption demand is pretty consistent here. That's because of what I'm producing, and it should stay pretty consistent. So as this creeps up, we should get in better shape overall with our power. And that is definitely, we're not producing photons, we're producing power. Now I do have, it is interesting, I've got graviton lenses, but I don't have them being distributed. So let's go ahead and start distributing the graviton lenses. Those should come out there and be distributed on that side. And then these should come out here and be distributed on this side. Let's see what that does to our overall thing. That should mean that these things can pull down power even when we're not directly facing the sun. So they should always be pulling power. Let's see. Power is still going up. Consumption has went up too, though. And let's see what the Dyson Swarm says. Generation capacity is 69 megawatts. And yeah, see, I'm 14% satisfaction. So I've only got 1,000 cells in solar cells right now in, and so I've got to get more cells into the, and get them up there. That's just going to take time. The only thing I can do is wait on that. So I do need more power. So since I can do more power on this planet, let's see which type of power I was doing. I was doing solar rings. I've got a solar ring here. Oh, I did put it on the North and the South Pole. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, I don't have enough solar cells coming in. I need more solar cells. That's just I need to produce more. It's not filling up here, so I don't have enough to produce that. I need more power while I do this. So let's get another. Got a couple of rings up here. So let's go onto the pole up here, and we'll put down some more solar cells. I do have plenty. I'm extracting a lot of items here. A lot of sulfur. Very good. Just the power here. And then we've got the power up here, and we're not doing anything up here yet with these. That is why I've only got 2,500 on the solar cells here. Let's see. So I'm making some changes here, and I do want to do something here. I want to take this here, make that 2,500. I've got 25 coming in transit. I want to make sure that I've got plenty of solar cells there for what I need to do. All right, and then this right here, I've got this in here, 2,500 here as well. And I'm not bringing these in yet, and I'm going to keep these out of here. I'm not going to bring them in yet. I'm going to leave them as they are until we're ready to, until we have enough power to solve the problems. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go down here closer to where this row is here, and let me go look at my power statistics on this. So the best way to do this is to come out here. Wind energy is not very good, but the solar energy is very good. So we can do some more rings. And I think what I'll do is go outside this and find the next location and put down some more rings. These will have, I don't think I have anything automated for these rings, so I'll have to do this one manually. But this will be on this line right here. I can bring this in and just start bringing them down. As I've got plenty of space to put these things, or I've got plenty in my inventory. So we can just go around and manually install another ring here. This should help with the power. And I've got lots of things that we can do. So once we get this done, we will be doing our next thing. So what we're doing right now is we're getting set up to build the Dyson Sphere itself. And that's going to be the end of, when I get the Dyson Sphere run, it'll probably be the end of this particular playthrough. I may keep playing with the world some, but I think this will be part of what I do as the ending of this. And I think then I'm going to go back and try another run from scratch with what I've learned. You know, as you guys know, as I started this series, I really didn't know a whole lot about the game, just playing through it, to, not trying to know much, just playing for fun, seeing what I learned. And with that, I have definitely learned a lot, and I'll go back now once I've done that and see if I can't, kind of do a second run through. Now I've got a bunch of blueprints that I can use and as a starting point, and we'll see what a second run looks like. I do have some more ideas for what I might be interested in as a starting world, The starting world that I had this time certainly wasn't bad, but it certainly I think there's things that could be done more effectively than what I did. Okay, now that's going to be a break in the in what I'm doing. Let's see, I might want to go around, start on the other side where I had the others. There's a sulfur deposit. I don't want to block that off in what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, we're going to start from here just so that I've got this, I keep the spacing the same, don't end up with it doing something weird. And we'll just continue on around, literally putting them as close as I can. 15 at a time is what it allows you to do. And you can tell I've got things upgraded pretty well. We'll talk about the technology tree. You can see that I've got some things done. Right now I'm doing ray transmission efficiency and doing the last level of that. So I'm doing the last things I can do without white science. And white science is the next thing that I will have to do. Once we've kind of got this setup here on this planet done, we will be going back and grabbing that white science. And what we're going to be doing there we go. Oops. I'm going to do this and then see. All right, no, that's going to be right there. That'll be the same. I'm not putting anything in that depression there because this is a sulfur ocean planet, and I want to be able to pull the sulfur out. Don't know how much sulfur is needed, but I definitely don't want to be grabbing. I don't want to be blocking off sulfur. There's not a whole lot of buildable ocean. It's one of the things if you actually look at the star map here. If we look here, construction area is 99.2%, so there's only 0.8% of the planet is ocean. But what ocean there is has sulfuric acid, so we want to grab that. Now let's look at our power. Look at that. Generation capacity is now 333 for 234, so we should be back to doing pretty well there. So let's now look. These are the ones that are not firing. These are the ones which are firing. Everything's looking pretty good here. Right, that looks good. So let's get the southern pole now running. This is the southern pole right here, and we're already here. So let's just go right up here and see what we can do. We've got the same setup down here. First thing we're going to do is just bring in the solar cells. We do that by making this local demand, and it should start pulling in the cells. I'm not convinced I'm producing enough cells for everything I'm doing here. Yeah, I just used up my entire inventory. So I need to produce more cells. We'll go do that next. So the cells are en route. Everything's coming here. Remote demand, local supply, that's the graviton lenses. And then the way that this works is by putting the graviton lenses, whether it will pull out the power, it'll pull out as much power as it can. So we're going to go ahead and turn these things on as well. There we go. There's our graviton lenses. That'll pull out more power, and as we get more and more things up in the ocean, those are same just going to 1 and 2. So we want to get a good thick, a good whole bunch of cells up there, and we're starting to see it. You can start. It's there. And we can see we've got 775 now. And we just turned some more on. So what we need now is we need additional production of cells. So we need to go back to where we're producing the cells and increase our production. This was down here. We can see here that the coal vein is just due to power that it's not actually pulling that. Really? Oh, I've got generation capacity. I'm good on that. Is this because my lines aren't connected to each other? I'm going to assume that may be what's going on here. Let's connect that up there. Let's see, because I don't have the north-south of things in here, so we're going to come here, here. That's going to connect that to that. And then we've got, let's see, that goes to there. It goes to there. And let's see, that goes there. Alright, so that's connected up. That all the way up through there. Now let's go back down here, see if we can't do something about going south. All of that looks like it's connected, and that looks like that's connected. Okay, now then, let's go back to here. Yep, more and more. Very good. Now I don't see power problems anymore. If we see any more of that, we'll pay special note of it. But I think that solved it. I think we've now got the North and the South Pole connected. When before, I don't believe we did. I believe we just had part of it. These planets like this too are actually good because there's a lot of different things. Oh, why is this out of fuel? It's all going out on this side. Well, we will take that out of there, run it through there. So that design didn't work. It was interesting. I was trying to get more of these where I could stack them up. So I just tell you what we'll do. I'm just going to stack them as high as I can, and we will. Oh. Take that out of there. Thought I would create a farm that would actually do that, and then it would actually come out this other side, but it looks like there was a priority here on the outputs. Output on, input on. This is a fascinating little thing here, because I was going from here to here. You'll see that's now running through there. Can I... I don't know. These things have multiple outputs that you can do, but it looks like only one of them functions as an output. No, it's still coming out of there. It's coming out here too, so there's no way to set a priority. So I have no idea, but we'll put that all through there, and that will actually up our power supply. This will eventually empty out, I believe. I don't believe there's all the... I don't believe that's completely full. So with that, we'll let that run. We've got solar cells over here, and what I want to do, since I've got cells coming in here, all of this is being fed. Yeah, that one's completely full, and I don't need that much graphene, so let's come down here. Well, 2,500 graphene, 2,500 of this, and we've got this stuff in here. It's getting coated when it comes down, and we are producing cells, and it is a production speed up, so we are producing as many cells as we can. And let's see, that would be 1,440 a minute. So we're actually doing really well. So I think what we're just going to do, and provided I am producing enough, and I have to believe that I am. If we look back here, I don't have very many here, do I? But it is going up, but it's going up because I haven't asked for anything else. So I may have to produce more of all of that stuff too. So, but let's put another one of these towers down. So I've got a blueprint for this. Under the late game blueprint, one of the things I have is solar cells at 24 a second. I'm going to put another set of cells down. We'll let this produce. And we'll come down in here. Let's see, I want to get it on this line right here. This will be a mirror image of the one right beside it. And it's blocked with something. I wonder what it's blocked with. Huh. I don't see anything there that should be blocking it. So we'll try, maybe I need to just be further away. Maybe that's the problem. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can come to right there. It'll still collide with something. What is it colliding with? What's colliding? I don't see anything there colliding with anything. Nothing there. I guarantee you that's going to be that tower that it's complaining about. Right, we'll move it down to here. That's further away than it needs to be, though. It should work right there. Let's tell that thing to build. We'll figure out what's colliding here momentarily. Whatever doesn't fill in. We will let it do its thing here for a second. We will turn this off. I want to get as many of these things running as I can to kind of fill out, make sure I have plenty of solar cells. There's all of that. And whatever it was that was colliding, oh, it's the spray coaters. You're wanting to collide, you're saying you collide with another object. That's unfortunate. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take that out. That out. We will just flat out back that up. And we will come back in here to our spray coater. Put one there, one there, one there, one there. I don't think... Are we turning it around the other way? No, we're not. Okay, so, and then we should be able to pop that up a level. And we'll have to back it out one more before I can do that. Up you go. All the way across there. There we go. And we will then bring this out here. And I'm only going to turn half of this on at the moment. Now let's see, I need remote storage, remote storage. I'm going to remote local demand. I'm going to pull all of that locally. We're not going to pull that, and I don't need that many of them here. So let's go back down here to 2500. We're going to just set these to 2500. Oh, I can't hit the number. There we go. There's 2500. That's correct. And then I'll produce as many cells as I can. I only need 500 of this. Local demand. Local demand. Oh, I don't have any graphene. I'm going to need more graphene. Looks like I've got enough photon combiners. It's graphene that I'm going to be short on, that I'm going to need. We'll put some drones in here. Put some of these things in here, although I'm not running anything. Oops, 50%, 100%. Grab things here. It is producing a few cells, but we need graphene before we're going to be able to really do anything. So we will need the graphene to be able to up this thing. So I need more graphene. And that's where we come into this, is kind of one of the things that we do here. I've got graphene coming here. I believe this is graphene here. It's producing graphene and hydrogen. Yes. So I believe what I want to do is just literally create a blueprint on this side right here of this and copy it down to the other side. So let's take the blueprint and do a cut. And I'm going to grab, starting right there, grab all of this all the way down to here. Let's see what I've got here. I've got everything. Yep, looks like I do. That's all of my graphing. I'll see if I can actually do the use now. And let's see. It gets all the way down to my sulfur. I don't want to get into the sulfur down there. I'm going to back this thing up, and then we'll turn it around that sulfur so that I don't collide with the sulfur. Of course, we've got a sulfur deposit up here too. Oh, what does it need? It's going to need belts. So we will open up the belts and put those here. And we'll see what we've got. Looks like it's all belts it needs. So we just let the little drones do their thing. It's going to take power from Icarus, so you can see them pulling down the power pretty quickly. I've got all the upgrades in. We're about to finish research, the first level of research speed, to make research faster. I probably should have done research speed sometime earlier. Anyway, if I was trying to do a speed run, I've got to balance when you do research speed with what you're trying to research. I'm not going to be doing speed runs, probably no time soon. Not really my thing. Remote demand. There we go. Remote supply. Local demand. Oh, wait a minute. Interesting. I'm just making graphene. The only thing I need is fire ice. And then graphene. I can reset. So there's the fire ice. There's the graphene, which is what comes back out. And let's see. Looks like I need to drop in some drones. And then I guess I'll put some of these in here too. Yeah, fire ice is coming in. That'll produce the graphene. And then from there, it will be producing now all of these power things here were to burn off the power supply. Still got 4,000 in there, NK there, 4,200 there. I'm not sure I've got enough power plants here to burn all of that off. There's a sulfur deposit. So what we will do is we will come down here, leave the sulfur deposit, work our way around it. I think what we'll do is put more stuff in here and bypass that. And pretty big little thing for burning off the power. So we want to put in more aspects of doing that. Still waiting on things to arrive. Let's see, fire ice should be here by now. Pulling it in from somewhere. Local demand. Do local storage. Remote demand. It has to come from somewhere else. Let's see, local demand on the graphene. Honestly, don't need this much. At 2,500 should be there. Local supply. Local storage. This is, we need graphene. The request for graphene is very real. We need more of it. So now we've got this producing graphene. But in order to keep it producing, we have to go ahead and get our... we've got to get a way to burn this stuff off. And that is going to be about getting more of these power things done. And so what we're going to do is come right down here, build a power farm of these power plants and to burn it off. And that'll be when we come back from the next episode. We will have more of the solar cells up and running, and we'll be ready to start looking at the design of our Dyson Sphere itself. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.